Man, so I was at work today, and this lady, you see her, excuse me, she's talking to this lady, and she's like, well, like, we have parties every 2 weeks, and, like, that's when we bring people in. I was like, whoa, 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 hold up for a minute. Then I heard her mention the words Mary Kay. So, for those of you out there, I'm going to make this video short, like 2 or 3 minutes, maybe 5, I don't know. For those of you out there who don't know why I would say whoa, I say whoa because there's vulnerable people out there who don't think, they just kind of act on emotion, and that's one thing you should never do. So you have these MLMs, these multi-level marketing. When you draw out the business plan, it shapes a pyramid. Reason being is because you have the people up at the top who have to recruit distributors, right? Have to recruit distributors to distribute the product, right? Those distributors then bring in recruits and distributors to distribute the product. And then the people they recruit then bring in other people. And the people those people recruit bring in other people. Basically what happens is you have one person at the top, and you have the next level, then the next level, then the next level, okay? And at the bottom, the base of this pyramid, those are the people that just basically got in, that really don't make any money. Less than 2% of people that are part of MLMs, multi-level marketing companies, make any money. Okay, 98% either go they either break even or they lose money. Most people lose money. Okay, so and you'll notice it's just like you go to a poor neighborhood and you see the pawn shops, and you see the pawn shops, you see the check cashing places and stuff like that. Those are typically targeted towards poor communities, just like the MLMs. Though MLMs have a target too, and those are going to be single moms, military wives, anybody like that. People that may be in a bit of a vulnerable position. They're usually, in lower class neighborhoods. And what they do basically is you bring somebody in, or somebody brings you in, okay? Then that person who, not only do they get paid for selling you a product, they get a percentage of that, but then you have to create your own downline, which means that you bring people in, right? So when you bring people in and your downline makes you money, that profit is split between the person at the bottom level who made it, and then it flows up to the person who recruited them, and to the person who recruited them, and to the person who recruited that person. So basically, the money is flowing up. In a typical business, the money flows down. Okay, so you have, the CEO of the business, then you have the management or store managers or whatever, or district manager or regional managers. Then from the regional, it goes to the district, from the district to the store, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But it goes from upper level management, works its way down to the lower managers, then to the people who work under the lower managers. You know what I'm saying? But it flows top down. In an MLM, it flows, the people on the bottom level are the people who get in. They, they're the people that are really going to be, when the MLM, when the scheme goes belly up, the people at the bottom are going to be the ones who lose the most money. But then they make a sale, and the profit goes to their upline, and then that person, part of that profit goes to that upline, and then part of their profit goes to that upline, and that's how this works. Okay, But the thing about it is suppose I bring you in, right? I bring you, the viewer, whoever's watching this video. Suppose I bring you in, right? And you do good, and you make me some money because you're selling stuff, and you make me some money. So in the process of you selling stuff, you got other people in, right? And they're doing good, and they're selling stuff. And then those people got people in, and they're doing good, and they're selling stuff, okay? So now, like 4 times removed, I'm making profit every time one of those people that is in the company because they were recruited by the person I recruited or have something to do with that line of people, whether they were recruited by the person who was recruited by me or whatever, you know? Well, every time anybody in my downline makes a sale, I make some of that profit. The problem is suppose I brought you in, right? And then you decide you don't want to do it anymore. So you stop. You leave, right? Then that takes away my entire downline. And I go back to 0, right? This is basically how these MLM scams work. I'm not going to say MLM, multi-level marketing companies, they're scams. Because what's going to happen is one little thing goes wrong, that whole downline's out. Boom, you lose money. Less than 2% of people that are involved in multi-level marketing actually profit. So you have the LuLaRoes, the Arbonnes, the Mary Kay, the Tupperware that they still have. It Works, Jamberry, all these companies, you know. They're telling you, oh, you can make anywhere from like $5,000 to $250,000 a month. Yeah, maybe there's people up on the top, but like for instance, Herbalife has a 20% cut. So what happens is, in order for you to make $250,000 a month, you would have to sign up 2,000 people. Okay, all those distributors stay in, nobody leaves. Then they would have to each sign up 2,000 people. All those distributors stay in, nobody leaves. And then of that third set of distributors now, each one, or second set, each one of the second set then has to create a downline of almost 2,000 more people, right? So we're like, what, 8,000 people now is your downline? 8,000 is your downline. And then you can make $250,000 a month. That's how that works. And it's a minimum of $3,000 worth of sales by every one of those 8,000 people. You make $250,000 a month. How likely is that to happen? I don't know. Right? Whatever. We're just gonna go ahead and make this 10 minutes. But that's crazy, though, huh? But you see how that works. Okay, so Mary Kay is in on that too. Just because Mary Kay has kind of like separated itself as its own brand doesn't mean that it's not an MLM. Because MLMs, it's all in the business plan on how the business is laid out. And Mary Kay is laid out just like the rest of them. You recruit, you bring in distributors, they recruit, they bring in distributors, they recruit, they bring in distributors. And there's an upline and a downline, and that's how this works. So if you want to try to do something like that, you go ahead and do you, boo-boo. I'm not going to stop you, but I'm telling you that you're most likely going to lose money. And when you do it, you're preying on vulnerable people. You're preying on people that are desperate enough to try to do anything to make a couple quick bucks. And honestly, I think I think that's pretty deplorable. Later.